Pleasure to introduce to you, I call him the great one, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Levin.
Well, first of all, I can't thank you enough for coming out here. I know it's going to be long for many of you. You're going to be here a while, and I want to say hi to each and every one of you. I want to thank WABC and Lori. I want to thank Curtis Slew and Mark Simone. I want to thank my publisher, Simon & Schuster, for allowing me to do this. We're here for a purpose. We've got some very difficult times ahead of us right now. And you guys with the YouTubes, now's the time to turn it on. It's time for a counter revolution is what it's time for. And I mean a revolution of the mind and the heart and the politics. History is on our side. Liberty is the way to go. Security is the way to go. Moral order is the way to go. What we're seeing now is absolute anarchy in Congress. What we're seeing now is scapegoating of United States citizens for whatever the reason. We have a president who turns one part of our society against another. This is un-American. I said it, and it's true. We are people from all different walks of life, with all different backgrounds, with all different kinds of ancestors and histories, and that's what makes this country great. And for our leaders to try and use those things and turn them against us, to empower themselves, and to create hysteria among the people is a disgrace, and we're going to fight it. And we don't need new principles. We need to understand our principles. We need to understand where they come from. We need to understand why they're important. We need to understand why men and women in uniform died face down in hellholes all over the world to defend these principles. We don't need to rewrite them. We don't need to amend them. We need to run on them. Now, we owe those men and women in uniform something, and we owe them the protection of this society here at home from the fifth column that's undermining this society while they're on the battlefield fighting the terrorists. We've got to be on the political battlefield and fight back these liberal hordes, contain them, and then defeat them. And it's not enough. It's not enough to quote a founder here and there, although I do that. It's not enough to quote the Constitution and Declaration here and there, although I do that too. I felt that what we needed was a coherent foundation, one which people can understand, and yet one which requires thinking, so that we, each one of us, can be the Paul Revere in our own streets, in our own neighborhoods, our own community. And when some dumb liberal in the line at some grocery store says something obnoxious, don't pick a fight. Educate them. Educate them, educate them. But again, we need to get started here. I just want to thank you all so much. I want to thank you for listening to WABC. They have great hosts there. There's a reason why the liberals want to shut down talk radio. WABC is one of them. We will fight that too. We're not going to go quietly. We will fight them. I want to thank somebody who's like a brother to me, who's always looking out for me, always worried about my health, and I'm great. I feel fine. I'm ready to go 15 rounds. Who's always watching over me, and I love him dearly, and that's Sean Hannity. Let me say quickly, Curtis Sliwa is about as good and solid and loyal a friend as you could possibly have. And same with Mark Simone. Mark Simone is Mr. Steady Eddie. He's a good man and I love him dearly. And we have a wonderful new program director in Lori who is doing an absolutely terrific job by supporting each and every one of us. Thank you, Lori. This guy's not so bad either. He works for me, generally. And Rich, my producer over here. Anyway, if we don't get started, you're going to be in line till tomorrow. So I want to thank you again. Keep in mind there's a lot of people, so we'll want to move relatively quickly. And what's that?
Everybody wants to hear you say, get off my phone.
It's kind of weird to say when nobody's on the phone.
Right, do we have one liberal volunteer? All right, just stand, even if you're not, just for pretend purposes. All right, right there, ready?
Wait, two of them jumped up. All right, sit down, you big dope. Thank you again, and I'll see you in line over here. God bless you all.
What's your name?
Joe.
Joe?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Kingston.
Kingston,
New York.
Oh, wow. Did you get a book yet?
Not yet.
Oh, they're running out low on books.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, we'll make sure you have one up there.
All right.
You guys gonna hang out the whole day? No.
I don't know, maybe a few minutes.